Ayun. Thank you very much, Arlene, for sharing our countdown for today's event. And good morning to everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I am Krista, the project staff of the AA program and one of your hosts for today's event. And I am joined by Miss Arlene.
Yes, hello. Good morning, everyone. Sana maganda ang inyong Saturday morning. Welcome to the first AA orientation for this academic year, and we are excited to know more about you and share uh, how you will have a smoother online learning experience with Associate in Arts community.
Yes, thank you, Arlene. And before anything, we would like to tell you that the theme for today's event and the events of the AA program moving forward is From Crisis to Recovery, the Arts and Post-Pandemic Revolution. So with all of our events, we hope to help all of you and our stakeholders, participants from other institutions, learn more and appreciate the arts and humanities as we move forward from the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes.
Yes. And now po, before we begin anything, so I would like to introduce our new AA program chair. So kindly allow me to introduce po Sir Dennis. So, I have prepared something po for all of us to get to know Sir Dennis more. And pasensya na po kayo sa mga sounds that you may hear in the background. May unexpected construction lang po ngayon. But anyway, today po, so again, thank you everyone for joining us. And kindly allow me to introduce our new AA program chair. So he is a mathematics educator who previously taught at the secondary and tertiary levels at Our Lady of Fatima University and Polytechnic University of the Philippines as a faculty member and assistant professorial lecturer for respectively. So he is also a hardworking and dedicated young educator who is committed to helping Filipino students who are not learning in school by continuously designing and innovating learning materials through research that can be used to connect mathematics to a diverse collection of experiences. He earned his MS in Mathematics Education from Ateneo de Manila University and at present is a PhD candidate of the PhD in Mathematics Education program at the same university. Now, he is also a regular faculty member of the Faculty of Education, University of the Philippines Open University. So everyone, let us welcome our new AA program chair, Assistant Professor Dennis Lee Harvest B. Ebanez. Sir Dennis, you have the floor.
Hey, a pleasant morning to all of you. Thank you for the kind introduction, Miss Krista. Am I here too ba?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Actually, I'm happy to see all of you here, especially you, our dear students. Kanina, it's a different environment kasi sa mathematics, talagang we usually uh, masyadong stagnant yung energy namin when it comes to this event. But in the associate in arts program, talaga na nagustuhan ko yung energy kanina. I really enjoy Sir Jaime and the rest of the students here in our program. So I hope na magtuloy-tuloy yung mga yung uh, eagerness natin, passion, no? Kasi we have lots of activities na pwede nating gawin sa entire this coming school year. The reason why we work so hard in the AA program is to provide you with the quality education that you deserve. And we always start with a very informative orientation, so you may know what to expect and what to do as AA students. Together with Miss Krista, Miss Arlene, Miss Meg, and our student leaders, we hope that this event would be fruitful for you. As you may have inferred during the introduction earlier, I'm not an arts person, but seeing the events and programs that we plan for you, I couldn't help but be amazed by how arts can make every individual flourish. It's funny enough that I am here giving a speech as an AA program chair, even though I came from the field of mathematics. Di ba nga we stereotype maths people to not be good at arts and vice versa. Although it's true that I'm not good in arts, but I still think that we should clear the line between these two fields. Hence, we need to change our perception. As Francis Hu puts it, we don't need to be Beyonce or Beethoven to do and enjoy music. Similar to how he calls for a change of perception of who can or cannot do math, we should also do that in arts. We also must rid ourselves of the notion that some people are arts people and some are not. Embrace the new idea that everyone can do arts. And we have seen more people embrace this during the time of the pandemic. In one way or another, each of us have witnessed how people were drawn to do TikTok dances and skits. Some tried to learn painting or gardening or even the simplest art of organizing clothes and beautifying their homes. We haven't realized the importance of what we do in the lives of the people, not until the pandemic came. Arts improve the social and emotional well-being of people during the pandemic. Hence, as what Krista mentioned earlier, we have this theme this school year, from crisis to recovery, the arts and post-pandemic revolution. We call for a more strengthened view of arts. We have a significant role in ensuring the well-being of each individual, which will collectively lead to societal well-being. And this is our greatest contribution to the world, especially now that we are to enter a world where being human is more important than developing intellectual abilities that technology can do for us. It is time to create new models that pursue better lives for all. Well-being is in the center of this venture. I hope that as you start or continue your journey as AA students, you take on this venture with us. Please continue to play your role in contributing to the well-being of every Filipino. Only then can we expect a better and brighter future ahead. With that, I hope that you will have a productive stay in this program. So good morning po to everyone. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you very much po, Sir Dennis, for that very heartwarming and inspirational message for all of us. And, Sir, welcome to the AA community. Welcome to the AA program. We're very happy po to have you. And thank you po for leading us and for taking on the role of being AA program chair. So thank you very much po, Sir. And Arlene, I'll hand it back to you.
Yes, welcome, Sir Dennis. We are excited to collaborate with you as we launch projects for this academic year for the whole AA community. Syempre, because we missed all of you, kailan ba ang ating last event? Medyo matagal-tagal.
September.
September pa yung ating last event. Meron kaming surprise. So this is especially for our fresh intakes. Most of our events, we have surprises during the event. So right now we are going to have we're going to send a link for you to register. And with that, you will be able to join the raffle. Ayun. So may raffle tayo later. We will be drawing 3 names. Each name will get 100 pesos. So napakalaki po. Kinabog po ang mga dati nating prizes. Thank you to the AA program for this prize. Yan. So register na kayo. Miss Krista.
Thank you, Arlene. Yes po. So, ano po, the form that I sent, so ito po yung ginawa ni Miss Arlene na registration. So, from here, we will base the winners or for the Roletta later. Yes, so thank you, Arlene. And now, we move on to the next part of our program. So, this will be all about the course offerings.
Ayan.
Yeah.
So please do register. You will have yan. Ayan. Miss Krista, so it's normal during online events na meron tayong technical difficulties. Masanay na kayo. So that's another sign for you, lalo na sa mga fresh intakes, na do not cram. Wag na wag kayong magka-cram kasi pag deadline na at nagkaroon kayo ng technical difficulty, mahirap pong ilusot sa mga FICs natin. Ayan, Miss Krista.
Hello? Arlene, am I back? Sorry. Kasi sa end ko, I'm okay. But baka hindi okay sa end nyo.
Um, yes, medyo po nag-choppy, Miss Krista. So, habang inaayos ni Miss Krista ang kanyang internet connection, let's proceed to the next part of the program. So as announced earlier, for those na naka-join kanina pa, we have a new set of Associate in Arts student officers, and we will have the new head student officer uh, present them to you guys. Neza, are you ready?
Yes po. Hello everyone, I'm Nessa Sebo and I'll introduce the new set of AA officers together with a description of their designations for this academic year. Ms. Arlene, yes. Next, next slide. Next slide po. So let me introduce myself. I'm Nessa Seven and I am this year's head student officer and I'm responsible for the following. Number one, leads the AA community, handles questions and concerns, and lastly, ensures that communication and social ties are maintained and strengthened. Next slide, please. So for this year, we have 2 assistant student officers, and they are responsible for the following. Number one, assist the head student officer in administrative work, organize and attend meetings that are relevant to the AA community, management of the AA website. So they are Arvin Bautista and next slide please. And Joanne Meg Porter. Next slide po. We also have a pair of officers for internal officers po. And they are Monsieur Jude Villasilio. Next slide please. And Sherry Villarreal, and they are responsible to ensure that communication and social ties are maintained and strengthened and disseminates important information to all AA students. Next slide, please. Our 2 officers for the externals, they are Abigail Cabaraban and next slide, please. And Marceline Toledo, and they are responsible to disseminate important information to all AA students, ensures that external communication and social ties are maintained and strengthened, and lastly, keeps a record of all AA alumni. And our logistics officer is Mr. John Francis Avila, and he is responsible to attends and records meetings that are relevant to the AA program and community. Next is attorney pabalik po. Yes. Second is to make the minutes of the meeting for all meetings held, and lastly, does any necessary paperwork. Next po. And for our publications officers, we have Peter Breboneria and next slide po. And Jane Maraginot, and they are responsible to create social media graphics for the purpose of information dissemination, handles official social media accounts, and manages group pages and documents activities of the AA. Next po. So that's it for the student officers, and a few reminders before I end this introduction. Next slide po. So don't forget to join our Discord server and click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring the notification bell. In addition, please like and follow our Facebook page. Have a nice day, everyone. If, ayun po.
Thank you, Nessa.
Thank you
Baka
po.
naman pwedeng quick hello din yung ating iba pang student officers if they can turn on their cameras. Ayan si Arvin.
Yun po, sir.
Ayan. So, especially for the fresh intakes, for our freshies, you have Arvin, Peter, Marceline, Sherry, Mon Sherry, who else, Nessa? Yun nandito today.
Yun lang po.
So, you may reach out to them. Sila ang inyong representatives. Ayan. Thank you, Nessa.
Thank you po.
All right. So, syempre, one of the most important presentations na gusto talaga namin i-share sa inyo ay yung kay Miss Krista. So, Miss Krista,
Hello.
are you ready? Ayan.
Hello po, yes. Apologies po kanina. Baka nag-choppy po siya dahil sa video ko. So, hindi po muna ako mag-video. Pero I will share my screen. So, kindly tell me po if okay po siya.
Loading na po.
Okay, thank you. Ano lang to, brief discussion lang of our courses and course offerings. So, okay ba siya, Arlene?
Yes, all good.
Alright, thank you so much. Okay, so I'll make this as brief as possible, but I hope I'll be able to get the gist across. So, our dear AA students, so ito po yung ating planner. So we actually have a virtual planner. So this is where you can plan or make your plan of study in the AA program. So here's the link. So isasend rin po natin ito later. So aa.courseplanner.app. And then here you can just fill in your details. So your first name, last name, email, student number. And then you can also put your year first enrolled, then term. And then this is important po. Kasi the AA program actually has we have three different curricula. But for everyone who has been admitted since 2018, you now follow the 2018 curriculum. So this is what we're all following now. So it's important that you select this and then you press next. So it will just load to this page. Ay, naglo-loading lang po siya. It might take some time. Ayan. So if you can see here po, you have the list of courses that you need to take. And then here is the column to your right where you can actually make your plan of study. So first, let's take a look at these courses. So assuming, kasi bago pa lang po kayo sa program, so these are the courses that you have to take. So you can see the required GE courses, then elective. It also states how many units you have to take. Mandated, that's PI 100. Concentration. So the concentration courses are kind of like your majors. And then of course we have PE and NSTP courses. So if you are not eligible for the PE exemption, you have to take the PE courses. And for NSTP, so if wala po kayong TOC or transfer of credits application, you'll have to take the NSTP courses. So ayun po, yung gagawin niyo po dito sa planner, although we will also send a recording of this so that you can also do it by yourself. You can explore this planner app. So for example, if admitted po kayo ng trimester 1, 2022 to 2023, so that's this trimester, so you can actually input the courses that you have taken. So for example, if you have taken Comp Ed 10, you can select this. So it will show on your plan page. You can also select CWTS1 if meron. And then if you have taken, let's say, ano pa ba pwede? Let's say STS1 and then WICA 1. So for example, these are the courses you have taken. You can input them here. Okay? And then you can do the same for the rest of the trimesters. So by selecting this button, yung plus sign, you can input the courses so that maplano po sila. And then, they will appear here. So this is another report that you can have, and it will show the courses that you have passed. So, if may pasado po kayong course, so for example, balik po tayo dito sa taas. So, just hypothetically speaking, if you were able to pass Arts 1, so add to pass. Okay, so may pop-up lang po yun. Yun. So, mag-appear po siya under pass. And then if you have planned courses like STS 1, Wika 1, it will show under planned, so yellow. And then for other courses that you have not planned or passed at all, so hindi mo sila ginalaw sa planner, here po they will fall under the red mark. Okay? So if you can see here, this serves as a guide for you to know whether you were able to pass certain courses, if you were able to plan for them, and if may need pa po kayong balikan na course. So essentially, this planner will help you make a roadmap of your journey in the program, okay? So actually, after nito, it's best for you to print the generated plan of study or report. So, ano lang siya, screenshot, ito pong report. So, it's best for you to save that as a PDF. Because as of now, hindi pa po na-develop or hindi pa po na-finalize yung layout nito. The site itself, so that ma-save ang information nyo online. So, yun po. Right after you do the planning, it's important to print your report. So, if you have any questions about the Planner app, we can actually, we'll also send you a link, a walkthrough, kasi yung Planner app na po ito, it's based from the virtual planner system of the Bachelor of Arts in Multimedia Studies program. So they also have a walkthrough of this, so you can also base it from there. So essentially, all of your courses, everything that you have to pass, they're reflected here, and then it's up to you in what trimester will you add them to for your plan of study. Okay, you also have the option to add more years if needed. Yun. But please be reminded that for the AA program, we have a maximum residency of 7 years. So while it is ideal to finish the program in 2 years, of course, sometimes due to unforeseen circumstances or to our loading, we go beyond that. So okay lang po yun, as long as we are able to finish the program within 7 years. Alright. So for a guide po on how to do your planner from the Virtual Planner app, so we actually have the AA Ideal Plan of Study and Curriculum Checklist. So ito po ay uploaded sa ating Freshdesk, and we started putting this up po since last academic year. So this Ideal Plan of Study is to help you in making the decisions for your enrollment per trimester. So for example, this is just an example po. So in your first year, so in your first trimester, you are, hindi naman po siya required because ano naman po ito, this is a recommended plan of study. But of course, so your plan of study will ultimately depend on your load and your decision with the courses. So for example, in your first trimester of your first year, you can take a required GE1, required GE2, Common Course 1, Common Course 2, CWTS 1, and PE 1. So that being said, remember that in a trimester, the regular academic load is 12 units. So 12 units is equivalent to 4 academic courses, because for each academic course, it's equivalent to 3 academic units. So 3, 6, 9, 12. And then, aside from those 12 academic units, you can actually take CWTS1 and or PE1. So it depends on your load ultimately. Okay? And then for your second trimester, you can also take these courses that are listed here, and then so on and so forth with the other trimesters. So we also have some notes down here. So please take note that AA students are only required to take 3 elective GE courses and can take any 3 out of the 5 elective GE courses in the curriculum. So we'll go back to that later sa planner. However, do note that all AA students are strongly encouraged to enroll in English 11 as one of your elective GE courses, as this will be great help to you, especially in the course English 12. So English 12 is one of our concentration courses actually. And it's usually taken by our continuing or second year students. So another note, so AA students are only required to take PE1 and 3 other PE2 courses. So as of this time, the program is only offering PE1 and then PE2 Hatha Yoga, PE2 Walking for Fitness, and PE2 Chess. And then another important point, so AA students must pass or have an approved transfer of credits for CWTS1 or NSTP1 before enrolling in CWTS2. So this is an important point to remember because you cannot take CWTS2 without taking CWTS1 and having passed it first, okay? So going back to our courses, ayun. Okay, so let me just refresh this page para makita lang po natin ang courses that you need to take. So if you have any questions po or concerns, we will address them later during our open forum. Alright. So, just a reminder po for our freshies, we have different domains of courses that you need to take in order for you to complete the program. So, to graduate from the AA program, you need to complete 72 academic units and 4 courses of PE. So that's your PE1 and 3 PE2s, and of course your NSTP courses, so CWTS1 and 2. Alright, so for your required GE courses, so you have to take 21 units. So that's Arts 1, Ethics 1, CAS 1, Math 10, Science 11, STS 1, and Wika 1. Now, going back to elective GE courses, so you only have to take 9 units. But as you can see, the program offers 5. But actually, itong Soksai 2, we haven't offered this since 2018 due to some concerns lang with the modules. So we are only offering Com 10, English 11, Phil Arts 1, and SAS 1 as of this academic year. But moving forward, if my new development, then we will offer it. But ayun po, so it's either you take Com 10, English 11, and Phil Arts 1, or SAS 1, Phil Arts 1, English 11. The combination of 9 units or 3 academic courses is up to you. But again, as we said in the Fresh Desk, it's recommended that you take English 11 before you take English 12. So English 11 is actually offered every second and third trimester. So you can take that in the next trimesters so that when you take English 12, which is only offered in the first trimester, may preparation for that. And then for the common courses, so that's 12 units that you have to take. So Com 2, Comp Ed 10, Comp Ed 20, and English 157. So you have to take all of these courses. And then we also have our mandated course, so that's PI 100. So this is about Jose Rizal. And moving on to the concentration courses. So we have 27 units, so that's 9 courses. So you have Art Stud 141, which is photography, Art Stud 195, curatorship, then here CL50 or PanPil 12. So remember, you can take either CL50 or PanPil 12. So there's no need to take both of them because you only need either one of them, okay? So I guess it would depend on what you would want to take. So gusto niyo ba CL50 or PanPil 12? It depends on you, but do remember, and I'll also discuss this in a while. CL50 is offered in the second trimester while PanPil 12 is offered in the third trimester. Now, the other course that is a concentration course is English 12. So that's literature, world literature. And then we have Film 10, so Sining Sine. So this is about film, how to make films, film appreciation. And then we also have Hume 40. So this is all about digital humanities tools. And then we have MUD1 or actually Arts 10 na po yung ino-offer ng program. So this is dance. And we have Arts 11. So this is about music. And then the last concentration course is Theater 11. So as the name itself says, this is about theater. So those are your 27 concentration courses that you have to take. And of course, our PE, so you have to take PE1. So PE1 and then your other 3 PE2 courses. So as of this time, there's chess, Hatha Yoga, and walking for fitness. And then of course, our NSTP courses. So as of this time, the AA program offers the Civic Welfare Training Service courses. So CWATS 1 and 2. Ayun. So they're offered during these trimesters. Okay. Now let's go to the schedule of course offerings. So this is important to take note of, but we'll also send you a copy of this so that you have a reference moving forward. So ito po ang ating schedule for this trimester. So as of now, we offer the following courses. So we have Wika 1, Ethics 1, STS 1, Math 10, Science 11, and CAS 1. So those are the required GE courses. Then SAS 1, Com 10 as our elective GEs, Comp Ed 10, Com 2, and 157 as the common courses, Eng 12, Art Stud 141 as the concentration courses, CWATS 1, and then PE1 and PE2 walking for fitness. Now, something to remember po about our course offerings is that the required GE courses, such as Wika 1 and the ones listed here, they are usually offered more than once in an academic year. So if you can see, Wika 1 is offered in the first trimester, but it will also be offered in the third trimester. So if you make your plan of study, as you can see, we strategically did not specify any course because we wanted you to have the choice or the freedom to choose what course would you want to enroll in at that time. So, ayun po. Yung mga courses po na ganito, they're usually offered more than once in an academic year. So you'll see it also here in the schedules for the other trimesters. And then, for CAS 1, however, this is only usually offered every first trimester, which is this trimester. And then for our elective GE courses, so they're also offered more than once in an academic year. So for example, SAS 1 and Com 10. So Com 10 is also planned to be offered next trimester, and SAS 1 is also planned to be offered in the third trimester. And then, for our common courses, so as of now, only Comp Ed 10 is offered once. So that's the first trimester. And then Comp 2, Comp 2 is a course that we actually aim to offer every trimester along with English 157. So if you can see here. And then the other common course, which is Comp Ed 20. So we'll offer it in the second and third trimester. Okay. And then, moving on to the concentration courses. So this is something that we must take note of. So for our concentration courses, they are not offered more than once, unfortunately. So as of now, they are offered in the respective trimester, except for Arts 11. So, ang English 12 po is only during the first trimester along with Art Studies 141. I also saw the concern of Ramel, and we'll get back to that po later for an alternative that you can avail of. So, ito pong English 12 and Art Studies 141, first trimester po siya ina-offer. And also scheduled is Arts 11. So Arts 11 is music. So it was originally supposed to be offered in the first trimester as well, but hindi lang po siya na-push through due to some concerns po with the FIC and the course. So yun po. Then moving on to the second trimester courses, na concentration courses po pala. So Hume 40, CL50, so CL50 can be taken instead of PanPil 12, Theater 11, and Art Studies 195, so they are only offered in the second trimester as of now. So if you need to take these courses, you have to plan them kasi they only are offered in the second trimester. And then for the third trimester schedule, so PanPil 12, which you can take instead of CL50, but again, that depends on you. Film 10, Arts 10, and Arts 11, so these are the courses that will be offered only during the third trimester. Except for Arts 11 kasi dapat po na-offer siya this first trimester but hindi lang po siya na-push through. So, it's important po to note that some courses, they may be offered more than once, but some courses may also only be offered once every academic year. So, usually that is the case po for our concentration courses. And also for our PI 100 or mandated course, so this is offered during the second and third trimester. Ayun. So if you can also see here, we also indicated if may prerequisite yung mga courses. So in AA, our academic courses, wala naman po silang prerequisites. Yung CWTS lang po talaga. So CWTS 2, to be specific. So you have to make sure that you have already passed CWTS 1 before you enroll or plan to enroll in CWTS 2. So we will send the link to this and this ideal plan of study as well as the planner in our email later. So we'll also include the materials po of our speakers for today. Now, moving on to, if I have a few more minutes, so yung concern po ni Ramel, if i-offer po ba ang Art Studies 141 this coming trimester. So in the second trimester po, hindi po siya planned to be offered. However, something that you can perhaps do po is request for course substitution. So if pwede nyo pong i-take ang MMS 173, so that's from the BAMS program. So you can request for course substitution if possible for you to take MMS 173 instead of Art Studies 141. So you would have to seek the approval of the AA program chair and the dean of the Faculty of Education. So if may further questions po kayo, Ramel, on this, we can address it later. Now, for Andrea's concern on English 12, ayun, ano po, since scheduled po siya for the first trim, hindi po yata siya ma-offer in the next trimesters. But what we can do is we can try to see if my other course that you can take or you can cross enroll maybe in another CU like UP Diliman, or we can try to see if in coordination with Sir Dennis if mo-offer yung course. But yung problem po kasi ay our FIC for this, si Ma'am Laurel, she will handle English 11 in the second and third trimester. So I'm not just sure if she will be able to handle English 12 if it's offered. But what you can do perhaps, Andrea, is we can coordinate so we can see if ilang students ang need ng course. Because for UPOU, course has to have a minimum of 30 students in a section. Ayun. Yeah, I think 30. Yeah, so that it can be offered. So, what we can do for English 12, yes, English 12 po, it will be offered for sure in the first trimester next academic year. So, that's first trimester 2023. So, yun lang po, ma-offer lang po siya once. Yes, thank you, Jenica. So, Andrea, for your concern, for English 12, let's try mong tignan if may maka-cross-enroll ka. Yun. Okay. Sige. Sige, Andrea. For your concern, pwede man tayo mag-usap. So, if you have any concerns about your cross-enrollment or the course, inform mo lang kami ni Sir Dennis. Ayun. Okay, so, for any questions po about this presentation, we'll address it po later. And thank you po for listening. And I'll hand back the floor to Arlene.
Yes. Ayan. So, yes, Jonathan, we will be sending the spreadsheets, the planners, the ideal plan of study, including lahat ng presentations today in in an email to everyone. Miss Krista, pati daw po yung mga continuing students kung pwede
Yes.
kasama sa email distro mo later.
Sige.
Yun. So just to reiterate, especially sa fresh intakes, make sure na yung concentration courses, you are taking it at its scheduled trimester, because yan yung like what happened to Andrea and to Ramel and also to me. I have to wait one more until third trim. So tapos na sana ako this first trim, but I have to wait until third trim because I wasn't able to take Arts 11. Yun. All right, now moving on. So I'm sure medyo overwhelmed. Ayan, merong si Nancy Dean, si Sir Jaime. To those who are cross-enrolling, please consider that classes in other CUs are mostly, if not all, conducted face-to-face. Yes, face-to-face, and they are not trimesters. Bali yung dalawa. Semester sila. Yan. So, if you have additional questions, I'm sure freshies, marami kayong tanong about transfer of credits from your previous, lalo yung mga galing dating CUs ng UP. We can address that. You may use Freshdesk. And speaking of Freshdesk, you'll know more about our platforms and support system here in UPOU in our next presentation. So, I'd like to call on Peter. Yan. Siyempre ako din yung mag-share.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, Sir Peter.
Okay, that's great. Good morning to everyone. Well, Arlene preparing for our presentation for today, I would like to use this opportunity to say that I'm so grateful to see our young and I think energetic new chairman. Okay, a very handsome uh, our new chairman. Okay, Chairman Dennis, and also I would like to use this opportunity to thank our with our Mom Krista. Okay, for the write ups for all the efforts that you did in the past few semesters. Thank you for all of your help and effort. Okay, so today I'm going to present some policy, some tools to be used by UP Open University, especially for the incoming students. Okay, for the new students, it's really I will discuss communication tools that we use here, the My Portal, okay, the function of the Office of Student Affairs, and other topics. Okay, so it seems like it's still loading. Okay, why is it that we need to understand or to see this My Portal? Okay, you have to understand that there are two. But before that, are you ready to listen now?
Yes.
I haven't. Oh, that. Okay, so there are you when you're inside the UPU, you need to differentiate the difference between student portal and my portal. That's one of my mistakes when I was during my first semester here. I thought student portal is the same with my portal. As a consequence, okay, I wasn't able to attend class for the first semester because I assumed that student portal is the my portal, and during the time it was down, so I wasn't able to take my first month. Okay, during my first semester here at UPOU, and then later I found out that they are two different tools. So if you want to check your grades, your information about your enrollment form, your personal information, your status here at the UPOU, your grades, anything about registrar, you can check the student portal. But when you talk about subjects, classes, discussion, want to message your professors, discussion forum, anything about news used by UP Open University, you have to check my portal. Again, they are two different things. All about registrar, it is related to student portal. All about your classes, your subject, it is about my portal. Okay, let's start now. Okay. Um, so what is UPOU My Portal? It's a cloud-based platform. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, you can see all the formal and non-formal courses offered by UPOU, and also all course activities are either conducted or coordinated through their respective course sites. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay, it's still loading. Okay, so okay, this is how it looks like. Okay, our My Portal. You will see all the announcements. On the right side, you will see the subject, the calendars. So if you want to access the website, you just have to go to myportal.upou.edu.ph. And then the good thing about this tool, okay, if your professor had deadlines, you can see there, you can see it on the left side part of the, once you open it, you would be able to see it immediately. Okay, so and also all the announcements, the code, the subject code, you would be able to see it there. By the way, don't forget to vote. Okay, it is extended until the 6th of December. So, by the way, on the right side, you will see the data privacy. If you have your time, please read those articles, okay? So that you will know your right as a student in terms of disclosing your personal information. And those, if you're going to look at the calendar, there are highlights. So those highlights are deadlines. Okay, if you have your project or assignment with your professor, it will be reflected on the calendar. Anything to show or okay? Okay, the components of my portal landing page. Okay, I already mentioned some of this, like the latest announcements, site news, privacy notices, the student academic section, exam service announcement, electronic resources, upcoming events, core categories, massive open distance learning platform, navigation list, calendar, other useful links. Okay, next slide, please. And also, you will see your profile dashboard. Okay, your profile shortcut, access to your grades, online messaging inbox, logout link, and many more. Okay, next slide. And also the preference pages with the user account, blogs, badges, etc. Next page. Okay, what are the typical functions? Okay, repository of resources, the guides and syllabi, manuals and references, communication hub. There are discussion forums, private messages, chat sessions, and also assignment. I already mentioned this earlier. Quizzes and examination. Next slide, please. General pointers, log in and okay, log in and check your course sites regularly. Okay. Take care of your password. It's not something to be shared. Okay. Do not take any part of course site for granted. Pay attention to course-wide and site-wide announcement. My portal is maintained by UPOU staff, which also provides support. However, the most important person for you to communicate with regarding any concern within a course site will always be your faculty in charge and the class tutor. Please take note also that each faculty in charge, they have a way of addressing your concern. Okay? And also, when you access your course site, you have to check because there are some materials that we have, they are copyrighted. So be careful on posting those materials on public. Okay, next page, please. And also, you can download the BeLearn app. Okay, it's either by Google Play and Apple Store. This app is the app get your 6-digit or code from your site administrator or from Mood Learning. So we have this, and the purpose for this app is to access your courses even when offline. Get instant notification for messages and events, upload files from your mobile device to your courses, contact other people in your courses, and view your course grade. Next slide, please. Okay, so if you need some assistance regarding course site, please send an email to myportal@upou.edu.ph. Next slide. Okay, so what is AIMS? Okay, the Academic Information Management System was developed to serve as the online gateway to the university's academic operation. We can see there the student portal, online application system, and the online enrollment confirmation system. I gave some overview about this AIM. Next slide, please. So is AIM the same as my portal? Okay, AIM, as I mentioned earlier, is different. So AIM student portal is different for from my portal. Next slide, please. So AIM student portal is where students can enroll. Okay, this is for enrollment. If you want to check your grades, if you want to request for document and student ID, if you want to update your contact information and perform other online transaction, like for example, you want to request for extension or other school-related transaction. Next page, please. So that's where you access the student portal, okay, at our.upou.edu.ph/student. Next slide, please. Okay, so that's where that's that's the transfer of credit. Okay, account info, profile, your personal info. You will see that your academic record. Go ahead. Next slide, please. So we also include the online application system. Okay, this is the tools where some of our students use as they apply through online. Because I myself I sent a paperwork when I applied here, but online application is one of the options. That will be on the link our.upou.edu.ph/OAS. Next page, please. Okay, again, for assistance regarding course types, please send an email to myportal@upou.edu.ph. Next page, please. Okay. Okay. Um, we also have this online academic resources that would assist us, that would facilitate our learning here. Especially we are in online environment. We have this online academic resources. Next page, please. Uh, we are going to use this for academic research. Okay. Uh, Academic research is a study undertaken for the purpose of researching a subject matter and eventually producing a thesis for publication. So we are also trained to write research for publication one day. Okay. Next page, please. So there are. This is the part of the student. This is our responsibility, like preparation, efficiency, resources, citation. Actually, you don't have to worry about preparation because we have this English too. I took that subject last semester. We were trained how to paraphrase, okay, paraphrase, to do summarizing, and so you will be prepared on research, okay, and also on efficiency. There are efficiency focused on, because effectiveness is doing the right, focusing on the right things, but efficiency is doing the right things right. So you know your priority, you know your focus, but you have to do it right. Like in writing, when I was starting, when I was writing a paper here, I haven't heard about when I was at the Loyola School of Theology. I haven't heard about the self-publication. I just learned it here. Okay. I was I was I thought I was doing the right thing until I saw an article about self-publication that yes, it's your work, but when you write a new material, you have to paraphrase your right, because I had written some articles online, and I learned how to paraphrase it when I took our English too. So each student will be trained on writing accurately, writing correctly. Okay, so and also we will be given a lot of resources, and also the citation. It's really important that every time that we are borrowing an idea, we have to cite them. We have to put them on references. It's giving justice to those people who create an effort to write that article. Next slide, please. So online academic resources, as the number of website grows, you'll discover that not all information is accurate or reliable. Before using results from your search, make sure you evaluate them for credibility. Okay, how does the resource or website serve its purpose? How does the information presented relate to the target audience? Who is the author or creator? And the point of this concept is not all the information that you will be reading online are credible. So you really have to to check if the sources are credible. So you will also learn that you will learn the hierarchy on your English 2 classes. So you have to be you have to do some extra effort to check, okay, if the material is credible. Next page, please. There are open access journal databases or academic search engine that we use regularly, like ResearchGate, Google Scholar, and Academy. Uh, but for me, I usually use ProQuest to make sure that all the materials, all the references are credible. Next page, please. This is basic. Even since high school, we were asked not to plagiarize other people's work. So still, integrity in our there's no shortcut to success if we really want to have this live this motto and this motto of honor and excellence. We really have to be honest in our academics. There's no shortcut to academic success, and one key is being honest with our academic work. Next page, please. Okay, there are websites available online, okay, that can check if you're plagiarizing just to make sure. Okay, we have free tools like Small CEO, SAO tools, Plagiarize Checker, and Paper Rater. We also have paid plug scan, Grammarly, and check. Next page, please. Citation. Okay, so how to cite in APA format. Okay, so there are lots of format, but most of our paper here, they were written or they are written in APA format. So that's from American Psychological Association. And also, in terms of producing citations, there are online machine generator. You can also use that. Okay, if you want to make easy for you, so you can use those machine generator. Next page, please. Let's move to the next topic, which is the Office of Student Affairs. So, so we're going to discuss some points on the function of student affairs. Next page. One of the function of our Office of Student Affairs is to provide support for sustainable and meaningful learning and the distance education mode. Next is to connect the students socially and academically in order to create a nurturing learning community, provide financial assistance to students through scholarship, um, loans and other forms of financial assistance, provide assistance and support, student activities and organizations, facilitate and assist students in participating in international programs aligned with the program of study at the university. So if you have a concern about if you need financial assistance, if you need loans, if you need scholarship, our Office of Student Affairs is the one who's uh, who's assisting us. And but we want to emphasize that if you are struggling, especially nowadays, we are from crisis to recovery. We are on the process of recovery from the pandemic. If you're suffering from depression, you have this suicidal thoughts, negative feelings, um, do not choose to ask for help. And our Office of Student Affairs is willing to help us overcome this struggle. And from what I know, there were instances that they announced on the website at UPOU My Portal that if you need special help from the psychiatry, there are some. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bang Krista, that there were funds if you need special assistance from mental health professionals. Okay. And what else? Manage the university's e-learning and testing center. Next page, please. Okay, so loading. Okay, there are different ways for us. I honestly, it's really difficult to communicate online, but because we cannot see all the body features or the gestures, the facial expression, but we have a communication tools because UP Open University is trying their best to have a relationship, to have this communication through these tools. Let's look at those tools that we use. Next page, please. We have this UPOUA space. Okay, this is a central place where school and students can share files, assign tasks, and stay connected with school announcements, assign tasks from your professors and fellow students to join the AA space. So all the necessary assignment or announcement is also announced on this UPOU AA space platform and also the Discord. We also have this Discord, and I'm still on the process of learning this. I just registered. I haven't registered, but I will be registering soon. So for the Discord, a Discord student hub is a place for students to meet classmates from their school. Okay, so um, let's move. Okay, because I'm not so knowledgeable about Discord, but later you can ask that more details once we have this open forum. And for our Facebook page, do not forget to like our page and post your comments or anything at our UPOUA Facebook page. Okay, at facebook.com/UPOU UPOU Associate in Arts, and also we have this UPOU official. Okay, which is also at Instagram at instagram.com/UPOU official. Okay. Okay. By the way, I want to read this because the UP Open University is the fifth campus of the UP system. It is the leading provider of distance education in the country. For our newbies, UPOU is the number one in terms of distance education university. Next page, please. We have other slide or that's all? Oh, I think it's I'm done. Okay. I am also happy to see our previous official. Okay, Jaime and Enrico, and also I really want to say all the efforts of our new student officers for preparing the PowerPoint, even though we have a very short period of time. Grabe, kahit ako nakaka-pressure, pero I just prayed last night, but in my heart, I feel so nervous. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Peter, for that very detailed presentation. So just to add to what Peter said, so we have AA Google Space. The link to that, I believe, has already been sent to your emails. So pwede na kayo mag-join. If not, let us know para we can add you. And then for the Discord, please do join us in Discord. Walang FIC, wala si Miss Krista doon. Tayo-tayo lang talagang students. So, pwede tayong anything, hindi naman anything goes, syempre. We still follow online etiquette, but we have more freedom to collaborate in the Discord space. Ayan. Gusto niyo yung collaborate. All right. So in line with the one of the talk points of Peter earlier, he talked about mental health, emotional and mental health support. We have the OSA for that. Let me share my screen. Pasensya na po at Ayan. Oops, sorry. Freshies, also please take note that we have the Fresh Desk. So para siyang support system. Hindi siya para. It's the UPOU support system. The link for this will also be included in the email. This can also be sent to you via chat if you need it. So lahat ng mga knowledge base and also yung mga questions nyo about TOCs, I think yung request for ID is also here. So you can actually have your own UPOU ID. You can already request for that. Yon. So this is the AA UPOU Care Fresh Desk. And then for any immediate concern, or if you really need someone professional to guide you and help you navigate how you can best perform in an online setting, we have the Office of Student Affairs. They also have psychosocial support. So ito yung link for that. Ayan. Pero syempre, bibigyan din naman namin kayo ng platform where you can freely share what your sentiments are, especially if feeling nyo you need to reach out, but nahihiya kayo or natatakot kayo. We are going to launch the Associate in Arts Freedom Wall. So this is one of our projects in line with our theme this academic year, recovery from the crisis. So we will have an Associate in Arts Freedom Wall. This is focusing mostly on on our mental and emotional support. So we will be launching this in a separate email and separate communication to all of you as soon as we have it. We have the guidelines set. We will be having bi-monthly activities na pwede kayong mag-share ng mga artworks or poetry na wherein you can post anonymously. And then aside from that, you can also post anonymously yung mga sentiments nyo. So I know I've been there. There are days na gusto nyo nang sumigaw sa dami ng deadlines and sa dami ng iba nyo pang responsibility sa buhay. You have the AA Freedom Wall to do that. So I've mentioned the projects, the bi-monthly activities that we will be doing or we will be launching in the AA Freedom Wall. May mga projects na or activities na related to arts. So if we will be asking you to post digital arts, sketches, paintings to help you express your emotions and sentiments, we will be posting that in our Associate in Arts website. So the Associate in Arts website, we will also be launching this academic year. This is the depository of all of our artworks. Digital artworks muna. So digital, sorry about the dogs. If you have, let's say, music that you'd like to share, films, short films that you would like to share, mga digital graphics and poetries, short stories, dito natin siya i-upload. And then hopefully during those times, let's say may mga disasters that we would want to help out yung mga members ng AA community, this is also where we can donate our artworks for other people to buy. Para yun yung gagamitin nating funds. Yun. So please watch out. Again, we will be launching the AA website and the Freedom Wall soon. Yung Freedom Wall, just a disclaimer, hindi po siya katulad ng ibang Freedom Wall na magde-declare po kayo na may crush kayo sa mga kaklase nyo. Ano siya, or mag-share kayo ng mga ghost stories kasi medyo mahirap mag-share ng ghost stories ng online learning platform. But hopefully matulungan talaga kayo nitong dalawang project na to. Ayan. Now, Miss Krista,
Yes,
I
hello.
think pwede na nating i-close ang ating registration form.
Okay.
So, para sa ating online ruleta. Just give me 2 minutes. Ayan.
Thanks,
Medyo.
Arlene. So, ano po, if may questions or concerns po kayo for our regarding our presentations po kanina, so you have yung presentation ko po about the course offerings and then yung presentations po ng student officers. So don't worry naman po kasi we will provide the materials sa email and also yung link ng recording. So if you have any questions or concerns, later po naman i-address sa Q&A. Thank you, Arlene.
Thank you. All right. So ready na ba kayo? Again, we will be drawing 3 names and each winner will receive 100,000 pesos. Hindi, joke lang. 100 pesos via GCash. Ayan. So let's do the first spin. And the winner is Zara Beth. Yay! Miss Krista, pa-note po. Hindi ko kaya mag-DTI today.
Yes, pa.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Zara Beth. And then let's do the next one. Next is, dapat disqualified na to ah. Andrea. Congrats, Andrea. Yan. And for our last one. Okay. Nilagay mo ba name mo dito, Miss Krista?
No.
Yay! Marceline! Ay, tama ba? Siya ba? Tama! Yay! Marceline!
Nanalo din sa
Ayan.
wakas.
Pang ilang event na natin to, Mar.
Oo.
So congratulations to Andrea, to Zara Beth, and to Marceline. We will reach out to you in via chat or via email on how you can claim your prizes. Ayan. Now, for our last presentation, this is another thing that we really found very helpful para sa on how we will be able to perform better sa online learning setup. Let's welcome Sir Arvin Bautista.
Talaga ba? May
Yan.
pa, sir. Hi, good morning, everyone.
Siyempre.
So, yon. As what she introduced, my name is Arvin Bautista, one of the student officers for this term. Well, what I'll be sharing with you guys is basically online tips. Study tips kasi it's something that that could help us. Especially with those who have been students pre-pandemic. Ibang-iba kasi talaga ibang-iba yung environment when it comes to online learning. So there are a couple of things that we want to share with our participants today. Also, I always believe that learning styles is a cup of coffee. So merong mag-work sa'yo, merong hindi mag-work sa'yo. So during this presentation, I want to talk about a couple of things that I was hoping really that could be very beneficial for all of us. Next page, please. Ayan. So before we get started, as a UP student, especially for those students who have transferred or new fresh intakes na wala pang UP mail, it's very important that you get your own UP mail, and these are the instructions on how to get it. I believe this will be shared to all the participants today. So if ever wala pa kayong UP mail, all you have to do is just follow the steps outlined in this presentation in order to reach out to the proper department that would handle your UP mail request. Next page, please. So as much as possible, we want to make sure that we do this presentation as quickly as possible. That way we can give way to the Q&A portion. Going back, one of the things that's really essential in terms of studying in an online environment is that you have to be organized with all of the activities that you have. Based on experiences and all the other students who have done online learning in the past would really agree with me. Now, in order to be organized, you have to have time and task management tools such as calendars or online task management softwares to track your activities. Now, if in the event na you're not comfortable handling or doing tracking your activities using softwares and stuff, pwede pa rin naman dito, mag-work pa rin naman yung same old notebooks, and pagpo-post ng mga post-its. That is something that actually works. Apart from tracking your online activities or your schoolwork, it's also a very good idea that you have already created and built a habit of following a schedule. So this is something that we could not stress more than enough. Don't cram. So ito yung isa sa mga bagay na that different with us since we're online learners. During face-to-face classes, 'di ba? Madali sa ating mag-cram kasi we have people that we could collaborate with readily. Nandiyan yung classmates yun na, uy, patingin nga ng notes mo sa ganito, patingin nga ng notes mo sa ganyan. However, with online setup, medyo magkakaroon tayo ng challenges doon kasi being online, people may not always be available to collaborate with you. That's why it's very important that you do not cram and that you have to be prepared whenever FICs gives you a deadline that doesn't seem to fit with your all other activities. And of course, what's really important about organization is that you have to learn to use and maximize your available tools. Now, for that, it was already been discussed by Peter. We have My Portal. And the following or the three bullets that we see here, G Suite, MS Office, and Canva, that is something that's part of the benefit of having a UP mail. So we have free access to G Suite, MS Office, and Canva. And even if you're using Google Docs, we also have Turnitin Draft Coach, which is something that you could use to check for as a plagiarism checker tool. So it's very helpful, especially if you're going to be taking classes such as Com2 or English 12, English 11, or actually anything that would require you to check the originality of your work. Now, for the next slide, please. Ayan. So this is something that's very unique to each and every learner. For example, there are learners who would learn better if they're actually visually looking at the materials. There are some who actually learns better auditory, like audiobooks, sound books, and stuff like that. And then there are the kinesthetic learners, like for example, they learn better and faster if they're actually doing a hands-on of whatever learning material that they're working on. And of course, the last and not the least, reading and writing learners. So this is something that some of us may have been practicing pre-pandemic. So in order for us to perhaps capture a reading material, we actually tend to actually write what we've read and possibly on an outlined format. Kasi that's how our minds would absorb the information faster. So it's really important that you know what your learning style is and probably maximize the available tools that you have to complement your learning style. Next slide, please. Ayan. So find the best study method. Again, what I said earlier, studying is a cup of tea. It may not always work on you. The techniques that work for another student may not always work for you. So it's really important that you find what suits you best. So there could be techniques such as notes taking, mind mapping, and studying before bedtime. Now, this is something that I've learned through the course of my stay with UPOU, yung Pomodoro technique. So you don't exactly have to follow what's written or what follow the steps outlined in this presentation. You could create your own Pomodoro technique. For example, for me, whenever I pick a task, I always work on it like maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna rest for 8 hours. So you may find it funny if it sounds funny to you, but that's exactly how it works for me. I would work on a task for 1 hour, then rest for the rest of the day. Kasi it refreshes my mind, and whenever I get back to my work, I always have fresh ideas. So next slide, please. Ayan. So teamworks make the dream works. So as previously stated, meron tayong mga AA community chat groups, meron tayong UPOU space, merong Discord channel. And this is some sort of a student sanctuary. The Discord channel specifically is a student sanctuary wherein puro students lang yung nandun. There are no FACs, there are no staff, UPOU staff that's included on that. So basically, it's a free-flowing conversational group wherein you can voice out your concerns or whatever you have that you think might be useful for other students. It could also serve as some sort of a collaboration platform. Now, another thing that you have to maybe consider being in an online setup is yung joining study groups and sessions. So this is something that we actually did in the previous terms, especially nung during STS days namin nila L. We actually did a study group wherein we discussed yung mga topics and stuff like that, and eventually it helped, especially when taking online exams. Last but not the least, it's very important that you don't be afraid to ask questions kasi asking questions means you are curious about something and that there is something that's unclear. And if there is something unclear, then we have to make sure that we clear that up in order to make sure the full understanding. So, kapag may questions kayo, don't hesitate. Nandyan yung mga student officers and also nandyan din yung mga student assistants natin like si Arlene and then si Meg and of course Miss Krista. However, it is very next slide please. Ayan. So I know for a fact that all of us have questions. For example, you have questions about TOC, you have questions about application for dropping or maybe extension or things like that. It is very important you have the necessary tools to actually get those information from the official source. So in order for us to actually get those information, we strongly suggest before you ask other sources, try to check muna yung UPOU help desk kasi it's university provided source and it's official. Aside from that, if you have any concerns or maybe questions about the AA, then you could also access the AA help desk, which is something that's been provided in the previous presentations. So before asking, your peers or your classmates or Miss Krista, try to look for the information first. That way you can get it from the official source. If all other efforts fail, then that's the time that you can ask other people, then maybe they can put you to the right direction. Next slide, please. I think this is the last one. Ayan. So in behalf of the other AA student officers, we want to thank you so much for your participation today, especially for the fresh intakes. And if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. Ayan.
Ayan. Thank you so much, Arvin, Miss Krista.
Yes, thank you very much po, Arvin, for that very informational presentation. And me as a staff, I really learned a lot as well sa management. And thank you po for all of the tips that you have given. And ayun, so Arlene, what's our next portion?
Before we proceed to that, nag-promote lang si Sir Ramel. Please go to tagpuan.upou.edu.ph. Nina, I believe may guide dun sa homepage on how to register. If not, I also recall receiving an email about it sa registered email mo na sa UPOU. If it's not your UP mail, you can try your old email or your personal email. Yes. Yan. So please do vote yes to student representation. Freshies, this will be very helpful for you kasi kami ilang terms na lang kami. You still have 2 years to stay here. So para meron kayong representation. Ayan. Now, Miss Krista, we can proceed first to the photo op before we go to the Q&A.
Yes. So everyone, we encourage you to turn on your cameras if you can for our photo op. Ayun. So Arlene, both na lang tayo mag-screenshot para sure. Ayun. Hello everyone. Good day or good evening. It's great to see you all. Hello.
Please,
Ayan.
if for those who can turn on their cameras. Hi, She. Gagawa pa tayong Eng 12.
Biglaan eh, nagulat.
Magta-type pa tayo ng Eng 12 after dito. Yan. Alright.
Okay.
Ready na ba? I'll count. 1, 2. Ayan. Di pala ako ready. Wait lang. Ako pa lang hindi ready. Ulit. Take 2. Okay. Alright. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. I'll go to page 2. Smile lang po. And one more. 1, 2, 3. Ayan. Hello,
Thank you,
everyone. Dun sa mga late joiners natin, I think si La Jix, sino pa ba? Christine, Jenica, Joseph, hello sa inyo. Yan. So, lahat naman ng presentations kanina will be sent to your emails and also some additional guidelines. So, yon. Now we are opening the floor. I know may mga questions kayo. First and foremost, for the freshies, meron na ba kayong UP mail? You may type your answers sa chat. Ayan. So it's very useful and very important na meron kayong UP mail kasi may mga synchronous sessions that the FICs will only accept UP emails. Yon. There are also a lot of events na UP emails lang. And like I think someone posted kanina, Turnitin, you can add the Chrome extension. So that Turnitin kasi pag na-add nyo na yung Chrome extension, pag nag-type kayo ng Google Docs, you will see the Turnitin draft coach sa extensions or sa tools, and then mayroong similarity check. So dun nyo, pag nirun nyo yung similarity check, makikita nyo if mataas yung plagiarism or similarity percentage. I think for some FICs, it's 5% lang. 5% and below yung tinatanggap nila. There are some who accepts higher. But Turnitin can help you avoid being flagged for plagiarism. And Notion, you also get premium access to Notion if you have your UP mail. I think aside sa Canva, you can also have 100 gig or unlimited storage ba, Miss Krista, sa Google Drive? Parang unlimited pa rin.
Only ang alam ko sa Google Drive.
Yes. So, kaya very important ang UP mail. And also, Zoom Arvin parang limited na. Yan. No worry, Jix. We're glad you were able to join. So, yon. Very important. And then, if you would like to join again the Discord channel, favor naman please, can you send a link sa chat to join the EA Discord channel? Please do join. Masaya doon. Jix, you can request via Freshdesk tama ba, Miss Krista?
Yes, I'll send the email po where you can send your request.
Ayan. So please do join us in Discord. For any official announcements, also join the EA space kasi kasama naman natin si Sir Dennis and si Miss Krista doon. Yan. So there, ayan na yung Discord. Please do join us there. Introduce yourselves para naman ma-welcome namin kayo. Yan.
Arlene, sorry, may question din sa Discord.
Yes.
Kung recorded ba to and will the recording be shared?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you then, Sir Arvin. Ayan. Any other questions?
Ayun po for Jix, yung UP mail niyo po, you can just email or follow it up with the tech support team. So you can just send an email to the email address I sent po kasi baka may mga slight delays lang. So you can follow that up with them. And don't worry, ma-issue naman yun as soon as they can. Kasi mahalaga yun for your learning.
Yes. Ayan, sabi din ni Ramel, UP Mail can be used for journal sites like JSTOR. I was able to access din, ano ba yung ginagamit ko last night? Sobrang bangag na ako.
Saka di ba parang merong university library? Yung Athena ba
Yes.
yun? Ayun,
Athena,
oo.
yes. Athena is the university library. You can get through Ames for the freshies. Kung nasa Ames na kayo, ma-access nyo na rin yung iba pang portals. So, dun nyo ma-access yung university library as far as I can remember. Yan. Any other questions po?
Ayun, baka may other questions or concerns po kayo. And then po regarding po yung ibang transfer of credits applications that we have. So ano po, they're just for the evaluation of Sir Dennis. So medyo matagal lang po yung process nun. Kasi it takes some time for the program chair to look at the equivalency of the courses, especially if they are from a university or school outside of the UP system. So, ano po, we ask for your patience sa mga pending TOC applications, but rest assured, ano naman po, as soon as ma-approve po yung TOC, and it's also subject to the approval po kasi of the dean. So, ayun, makikredit naman po ang mga ma-approve na courses. And it will take some time lang po before it reflects on Ames. Kasi I also noticed in previous terms, yung mga approved TOC, they don't really show up that fast after the approval sa Ames. So we have to, follow up with OUR a bit. But ayun, rest assured it will be credited. So yun po. Ayun, si Miss Maria Leticia, yes po.
Letty, hi.
Hello
Hi,
po.
good morning. Oo, ask ko lang kasi I was approved na for PE exemption. And
Yes po.
then na rin ako ng PE2. But then dun sa student portal, nakalagay pa rin currently enrolled. Mababago ba yun or
Ano po ma'am, have you applied for dropping?
yes, oo, approved na rin yung dropping ko dun sa
Okay. Ano po, yung mangyayari
student
ay,
portal.
yung mangyayari po
sorry.
ma'am, at the end of the trimester, once the grades are given, you will just be given a drop mark. So, wait nyo lang po yun ma'am, and then your PE exemption kasi approved naman po siya, so in effect na po yun. So, magiging okay naman po ma'am.
So okay lang na hindi na ako nagsasubmit ng mga requirements sa PE, no?
Yes, because if your application for dropping is approved po, then understood na po yun ng FIC, because at the end of the trimester po, all the FICs are given a list of those students who have dropped the course, who are on LOA. They're given the list by the Fed Faculty Secretary Office. So, yun po ma'am.
I sent advice na rin kasi kay Professor Yaldama.
Okay.
Nag-send pa ako ng screenshot sa kanya na approve yung exemption and approve yung drop. So nag-acknowledge naman siya.
Okay. Yes, no worries na po on your end. So after the trimester, it will just reflect as a drop po, and then you no longer need to enroll in any PE.
Okay, sige. Thank you.
Thank you po.
She, for your question, if may gusto mag-enroll but yung dating school ay nag-close, I think you have to reach out to OUR.
OUR.
Oo, kasi sila syempre yung for accepting new students.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. If not kasi, they might ask for additional documents
Yes, they
Okay, okay.
probably will.
or exam.
Okay.
Yan.
Thank you.
Jix, how will I know if approved yung exemption for PE? Via
Ano po?
email.
Yes, sama po si
Tama
Arlene.
ba?
Ano po, if you were able to send your PE exemption, saan niyo po sinend? Hello, Jix? Nasend niyo na po ba yung PE exemption request? Okay. Ano po, once you send, okay. Did you send it po sa Fed FSEC support? Sige, sige. So ano po, Jex, yung process po nun ay i-forward po ang request niyo sa AA program chair, and then i-evaluate po yun, and then if it's recommended for approval, it will be passed on to the dean so that he may approve it. And then once approved po ito, the Fed Faculty Secretary Support mailer should send you an email informing you of the approval of your request. So, nasa isang email thread po yan. So, sige, Jex, pa-check na lang where you sent the request so that we can also track it. Or if you need to send it to the email that, Miss Arlene has sent. Ayun. Okay. Ano po, baka natabunan po
Yes.
yun. So,
Send it to the FSEC support.
yes, just send it here po. Wait, I will send it sa chat.
Yan. Sorry naman, na-miss kasi namin yung isa't isa. Kagabi lang magkausap kami nila. Ay, kanina daling araw. Ayan.
Ayun. Arlene, may question si... I'm sorry. Wait, hinahanap ko lang.
Sino po?
Si Neza. If magkakaroon ng Arts 10 and Arts 11 next sem. Actually, Neza, yung Arts 10 and 11 kasi they're scheduled for the third trimester.
Yes.
And also because our FICs for those courses are from UPLB, so we have to we have to follow the
Dami kong
offering.
fans.
Yeah, so yun po.
Yes.
Third trimester.
So, Nessa, kasi I already consulted that with Ma'am Tess before. Walang equivalent sa ibang CU yung Arts 11. Hindi na siya tinatanggap ng College of Music sa Diliman, so hindi pwede. And then Arts 10, parang wala din yata.
Wala.
So we can only wait for the third trimester.
Yes.
This coming third trimester.
Yep. So, thank you, Arlene. And Neza, wait mo na lang yung Arts 10 and 11. It's best to also take them together, but again, it would depend on you. But lang kasi, para at least, alam mo yun, you're in the zone talaga of the arts. Sa music and dance yun eh. So, yeah.
Yes. So for the freshies, for the concentration courses, we cannot reiterate enough to take them on their scheduled trimester. Kasi talagang so for example, if you missed ENG 12 ngayong first trimester, kapag continuing na I mean after nung ano nyo, medyo just to set expectations correctly, it's really a different environment when you are doing or taking courses online. Like for me, I'd guess for Letty and yung iba pang galing ng other UP CUs, meron tayong mga mati-TOC na subjects from our previous courses. So mag-iiba yung schedule natin, yung ating ideal plan of study. Make sure lang na on that incoming trimester, yung i-enroll nyo are the one, no, yung concentration courses, i-enroll nyo for that trimester. Yon. Prior to registration, we are si Miss Krista naman very accommodating for consultation, and I'm sure Sir Dennis will also accommodate.
Yes. Ano po, Arlene, just to add to that, usually, so it's also important that you look at the academic calendar. So that's on the site of the OUR, because you'll be able to see when the trimester ends, and then when the start of classes for the next trimester is scheduled. Okay, may gumagalaw sa roof. Sorry. But yun, it's important to look at the academic calendar so that you also know when is the best time for you to consult with the program before the enrollment for the next trimester. So I would like to emphasize that it's best to do this as early as you can, so that kapag enrollment na, hindi na kayo stress. Yeah, so it's best to ask, yun nga, sa program chair mailer or sa fresh desk. And me and Sir Dennis will always be there po to answer your questions and concerns. So, ayun, we're with you every step of the way, along with Arlene and Meg and our student officers.
Yes. Also, like yung presentation ni Peter kanina, like he said, honor and excellence. Honor would always come first before excellence. So kahit gaano kaganda yung paper na isasubmit nyo, but if you did not practice checking it first for plagiarism, or if you did plagiarize, makaka-affect siya sa inyong graduation. So make sure that we have a lot of tools and resources, like yung Turnitin nga, we have Grammarly, may free features naman siya, so you can use that. Arvin, ano yung isa, Quillbot? Tama ba? I don't use it kasi. I think Quillbot is also a good tool for paraphrasing. Ayan.
Ayun. Just to add to that, Arlene, I also wanna emphasize, kasi nasa UP tayo, it's important that we really don't plagiarize, because I just want to share my experience rin kasi I come po from UPLB. So, over there po, as a writing major, super strict po talaga sila. If you are found of plagiarism, possible na 5 agad. So, that I'm speaking from my experience from UPLB, but dito pa sa OU, that should also be applied. But there are also some cases kasi where, basta you can talk it with the FIC, but really please don't try, or please just make sure na hindi po kayo maano ng plagiarism, because especially sa writing courses po natin, Com2, English 157, it's very important po that we are able to practice good writing, good academic writing, because it will really help you as you move forward sa bachelor's, higher studies, and of course sa workplace.
Yes. May questions pa po ba? So please watch out. Let's congratulate Jaime. He will be graduating this coming December 10. So dahil nga first, after 3 years, first commencement, face-to-face commencement exercises ulit ng UPOU. Kaya we will be having our next event, online event, by January. So we will have a start of year party. Sana maka-attend kayo. Yes, TOC for NSTP. Buti ka pa, Leti. Kasi ako nagsisiwats pa ako. Yes, you can. All right. Ay, nako, Ramel, mag-chat na tayo sa ating Discord channel for the paper ng ENG12. So, guys, especially yung mga freshies natin, no, Huwag kayong mahihiya, reach out to any one of us, and then we will guide you on the right channel for any of your concerns. You may find us sa Google Space, and nasend na ni El kanina yung link to Discord. Yan.
Yes. Ano rin po, again, like what our student officer said, please don't hesitate to ask, because yun po, we're all in this together. We're all trying to, just do what we can sa program. And of course, the ultimate goal is for everyone to graduate. And ayun, you will all have your time po sa ating recognition rights and graduation. Recognition, ano yun? Graduation March. Yung March. So yun, make the Sablay your inspiration to move forward and finish the program. And hopefully, if gusto nyo mag-pursue ng further studies, you can choose to join BES or BAMS. So actually, Jaime is a BES student, and si Enrico will be a BAMS student. So yun po.
Yes.
Or you can also pursue your further studies in other UPCUs or other universities. So I have
Yes.
a question. We have a question from Sophia. Will there be honors recognition for grad? Actually po kasi yung AA, as of now, wala pa po tayong Latin honors being an associate program. However, it's already being, should I say, decided on. So it's still being, nasa ano pa po nasa decision-making body yung proposal ng program for there to be English equivalents of the Latin honors to be given to the associate in arts graduates who are deserving. So ano pa po yun? We're still waiting for the final approval and implementation.
Yes.
But as soon as may news na po on that, we'll also inform you. So the guidelines for that are also the same with that for Latin honors.
Latin honors.
So yun po, just and also ano naman po, also it would be great for you to just keep your grades up, your GWA, so that when you move on to like bachelors, so it can also play a big factor if you will be given Latin honors sa bachelor's programs. Ayun. And then, okay. So Maria Leticia also has a question on the equivalency of the NSTP. It's called social orientation. Oh, 1970.
It will be decided.
Yes.
Letty, if tatanggapin. But
Yes.
I think kapag, as long as naman, may higher chance naman if it is the same course description
Yeah.
for CWTS. Kasi yung iba kong TOC, through the course description. So, napaghahalata din na natanda na yung student number ko.
Di naman, Arlene.
Ayan. For the concern regarding Latin honors, just to share, kasi the goal, like kami nila Jaime, ang goal lang talaga namin, gusto lang namin ng grad pick na nakasablay na kami finally. But it will be parang bonus if ever na ma-approve siya. Ang equivalent niya yung sa mga ngayon, sa mga junior and senior high school students, so with honors, high honors and highest honors. But siguro to motivate you, katulad ng ginagawa namin nila Jaime, hindi namin sure kung by the time nag-graduate kami ma-approve siya. We are pushing we are always aiming to perform our best in every course, and talagang yung goal na i-keep nyo lang yung goal nyo na sasablay kayo. Magsasablay kayo. Magsasablay kayo. And sa commencement exercises naman, meron yung ceremony ng transfer. Right, Jaime? Magkakaroon yung transfer. Yan. Yes, mamarcho na tayo. 2023 is our year. Si Neza, si
Yes.
She. Ang dami ko kabatch dito. Si Ramel, si Arvin, si Neza, si She, si Mars. Ayan.
Basta lahat kayo pupunta rin sa Recog, ha? Kasi ibang ano sila, ibang events. So, usually, like, yung mangyayari in the next week, so magkikita kami nila Jaime, nila Enrico. So,
Yes.
on Friday is the recognition rites. So, that's per faculty. Tapos may mga events after. So, OU-wide na yon yung, ng mga graduates. So, like, alumni meeting, tapos mga performances and all. And then, on December 10, yun na yung graduation
Commencement.
proper. So, in the morning, actually, may ceremonial march for our graduates of AY 2019 and 2020. And then at 5 p.m., ito na yung rampa moment nila Jaime, nila Enrico.
Yes.
MC moment rin pala ni Enrico. Yan.
Oo nga.
Oo, i-share ko na din by the way na just to prepare since lahat naman tayo graduate. So set aside at least 2 days for your graduation kasi for the first day, graduation natin yan from our faculty of education. And then the second day would be for the university-wide graduation and both will require your whole day. So just to prepare next year, mag-set talaga kayo ng 2 full days for each kasi may mga like for example sa faculty graduation, meron pa yung mga pa-lunch and mga rehearsal. So it's a whole day affair. As well as yung university-wide graduation, meron din siyang rehearsal. So, ganun. So, congrats to you all. Pupunta din ako next year.
Yes. So hindi lang 2 days ang i-prepare nyo, mag-prepare din kayo ng maraming pasensya kasi
Yes.
maraming forms.
Yes.
Maraming forms. Masasanay naman kayo sa UP, talagang marami kayong pipilapan. And mag-prepare sa inuman. Oh. Sa batch natin, She, Mel, papataubin natin ang UPLB.
Ready na ang square for you guys.
Yay! Ayan. Any other questions? Freshies, huwag kayo mahiya. You can also turn on your cameras if you want. Tanong lang kayo.
Ano pala, si Sir Dennis po, he had to go to a conference. So, umalis po siya kanina. But if you have any concerns also that you want to ask Sir, you can also send it po to us and then we will relay it. But if you have any concerns po about the program or about yung mga ganap or platforms ng AA, ng student officers, you can ask it na po here. But if wala naman po, you can always send a ticket sa Fresh Desk, sa mailer, send an email, or you can ask the student officers or me. So, ayun po, many options. So, don't be shy.
Oo, huwag kayong mahiya, please. And then, what else? I think that's it for now. Please watch out for the launch of the Freedom Wall and the AA website sometime this December. And then also our next event, pa-pencil book na po, sometime January, early January, we will be having a start of year event. And yes, kung kayo po ay totoong may dugong pula at how do you call that? Maroon and green. We will be paano ba yun, Arvin? We will be planning a viewing party para sa finals kasi we're claiming na tayo ulit ang pasok sa finals. It can be either online or for those na merong or who are in Metro Manila or nearby provinces, pwede tayo mag-set ng schedule para magkita-kita at manood sa MOA Arena. Medyo matagal lang talaga siya, Letty. So magugulat ka na lang sa iyong sa mail, may darating sa yung LBC ng iyong ID. Jenica, I graduate from the, pwede naman po mag-apply? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And then Jenica, it will depend na lang sa university na papasukan mo if they will credit your courses. But that would be up to the university that you will apply to. But pwede. Kasi yung AA, lang talaga siya, it's to help you also move up sa further studies. So, good luck.
Yes. Alright, if wala na pong questions, may paper pa po kami. Huwag kayong mag-cram. Utang na loob. May paper pa po kami nila Ramel at nila She na June ng 2 p.m. So, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Ay, hindi na rin po kailangan mag-upkat. I think hindi na, no?
I
Miss
think-
Krista.
Yes, I think hindi na. But please check yung university that you will be admitted to. But if you within UP, siguro hindi naman na.
Mm-mm.
But
As
you
far as I
check.
know, hindi na, Jenica, walang upkat, but mas strict sila sa, especially if it's Diliman and then Kota course. Mas strict, and then since iba rin yung schedule nila, semestral sila, tayo tri-sem, you have to inquire about it as early as possible.
Yes, please do. And also of course we encourage and sana tapusin niyo po muna ang AA program
Yes.
before moving to bachelor's, so that you have one degree and then another degree to go and then graduate, diba?
If you were to enroll in theater arts, again, you have to inquire. I think you have to
Yes.
audition for
Yeah.
theater arts, for any
Yung mga
fine
ganun,
arts,
no? Fine arts,
for
performing
fine arts
arts.
and College of Music, you still have to audition. Kasi gusto ko sanang mag-College of Music, pero pang Ann Curtis yung natin eh. Boses natin. Ayan. You can inquire, you can send na emails. I think si Enrico, he did that as soon as he finished his first year with AA. Nag-send na siya ng mga inquiries sa different CUs via email. If you are in Metro Manila, you can drop by UPM or UPD or UPLB para mas mabilis. Based from experience kasi sa Diliman, kailangan in person para may feedback ka agad. Pero pababalikin ka pa rin.
Yes, ganun talaga sa residential,
Yes.
Arlene. Grabe.
Yeah.
You have to go back and forth. But yun, Sophia, yeah, you just have to check, and yun nga, sabi ni Arlene, it's better as early as possible so that yung sasabihin ng university, you can plan your AA program around that. So, yun.
Yes.
And also for Jenica, so good luck po sa inyo sa bachelor's and for sa AA.
Siguro just for last note, dun sa mga nag-iisip, what are the next steps? Enjoy nyo muna yung Associate in Arts program. You will learn a lot, different skills talaga, soft skills and technical skills yung matututunan nyo. One of the things that I really learned a lot from are putting up events. So yung events management, that also includes learning how to do project management. So that's one of the highest demand skills right now sa mga remote work and technical companies. Yon. So enjoy nyo muna yung Associate in Arts. Mahirap siya, na madali, na masaya. Iiyak ka, tatawa ka, marami kang gagawin, aarte ka. If you're going to take theater, marami, but we are all here. I cannot reiterate it enough. You have a community that got your back, and I've known that based from experience. alam yan nila Jaime, nila Arvin, nila Ramel. We really help each other out. Yan. So if you're going through, just to share, I went through some difficulties, mental difficulties recently. Nandyan sila to support me, lalo pagdating sa academics. So, ayun. We're all here. We're all in this together. Last na, hindi ko na ulitin.
Isa pa, Arlene. Mag-choreo tayo.
Narinig nyo na yung Ann Curtis.
Huwag ka magulo, Arvin.
Ay, ayun.
Ayan, thank you so much.
Ayun,
Yes.
CSOF, she asked if there will be org sa UPOU and sinagot naman ni Arvin. So,
Bumoto ka muna. Yes, we need a student council first or
Yeah.
else wala tayong org.
Yeah.
Kaya please do vote, tagpuan that sinenda ni Ramel yung link kanina. Please go to
Yes.
tagpuan.
please,
Thank you so
please.
much, everyone. As early as now, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We're looking forward to more events with all of you. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you so much po sa inyong lahat and have a good day. And we'll see each other again sa mga events. And of course, when you guys join yung Discord and then yung space, we'll get to chat with each other on a daily basis. So ayun po. Again, for any questions, concerns, you can contact us po. You can contact Arlene, Meg, our student officers. And ayun po, like what Arlene said, you're not alone. We are here to support you po. So, thank you very much everyone. And I will end the recording.